how Twitter reacted to the game yesterday. And let's start off with Football Confidential saying, yet more PGMOL corruption. Here's Carlos's elbow smash on Hill, and then he could have been a penalty and a red. That aside, the red that Cash and Kamara should have received. If it's Kuti, each sent off for each. Do you think that was a sending off?
I don't know. I mean, when you slow it down, it looks bad, but I don't know if it's just an innocuous arm or if it's a genuine swipe.
To be honest,
huh?
I think it was. I mean, if you see that whole clip, it's just both of them running for the ball, and as he's running,
but slow down. It does kind of look like he goes for it. Yeah. He really goes for it, but I don't know. I think
it's very much clipped up. It's like that's just the stride of when he's running.
Yeah, it could easily be that as well. So I think you can make anything look worse than it is.
Like he can't run like this.
No, he has to run like that, and obviously if you're running at pace, you're going to have big swipes. So I think I'm probably making a lot out of nothing there.
But in that same clip, it does bounce off another defender's arm.
Yeah, but I don't think that's handball.
And anyway, apart from that, we should have had another penalty throughout the game. But at that moment, VAR isn't working in the game.
Yeah, but I don't think they're coming back to that anyway.
It'd be interesting, though, like if VAR was working and if they were to go, because you've seen weird things given before, haven't you?
That's also true.
Next up is just fuck with Bentancur.
Yeah, it's limping
off. Look at that. It's just...
Look, at least he's unaided.
At
least he's unaided.
Yeah, and he did actually walk off the pitch instead of get stretchered off.
So that's a positive, I guess. But then again, I think Maddison walked off, didn't he? Well, he wasn't stretchered off, so who knows? Maybe it's not a good idea he's walking off, you know what I mean?
Didn't Van de Ven walk off as well?
No, he was carried by two people. But you can see there he's got heavy strapping on his ankle there. So look, let's just hope he's okay. But it's also easy to forget that Bissouma's back for next game, so it's not all the worst in the end. But yeah, let's hope he's back.
Imagine a midfield next week of Bissouma, Bentancur, and Lo Celso, and then Kulusevski back out wide.
Ooh. Yes, please.
Tottenham saying all action performance from Giovanni Lo Celso with his heat map yesterday. 76 passes, 4 tackles, and a goal. Look at that ground he was covering yesterday.
Yeah, he was absolutely everywhere. Brilliant performance from Gio. Love to see it. And hopefully the start of a little run for him, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope so. Jay says Romero got a straight red card for getting the ball but catching the player on the follow through, and that's exactly what happened here.
Yeah, you see here, Digne stamps on him. I know he gets the ball, but are we saying... yeah, look, I don't know. Are we saying that it's... I don't know. For me... If Romero's is a red, that's a penalty at least. I'm not saying it's a red, that's a penalty.
I think that if Romero's the one doing that challenge, he gets penalised for it, in my opinion. You got to have consistency.
Yeah.
And there's no consistency here.
I agree. I think that's a penalty.
Right, moving on. Cody Mack showing Vicario's lucky after kissing the ball.
Yeah, he just kisses the ball. He slips it, but he just does a little kiss on the ball there. Brilliant. Yeah, I think he's like he knew he got away with one there, Vicario. All right, next one.
Sam THFC saying Tottenham injured and suspended 11. It's actually mad that we can put an injured and suspended 11, although I don't think Hugo Lloris is injured or suspended. But maybe we should put Alfie Whiteman there because he is injured. But you look at the rest of the team, it's mad.
He's banished from the team. That's what Lloris is.
Banished. Okay. Let's see. Van de Ven, Romero, Phillips, Perisic, Bentancur, Bissouma, Sarr, Maddison, Richarlison, Solomon.
That competes. That 11, probably gets Conference League. Maybe better.
You think only... Well, I don't know how many goals we're scoring with Solomon and Richarlison.
Yeah, but, Bissouma, that's a good team.
It's a good team up until the front line.
Richie scored a few goals once upon a time.
Yeah, once upon a time.
It's not a bad team.
He's been at us a year and nearly a half now, and he's only scored 3 Premier League goals.
It doesn't matter.
Kaylee Graphics, XG map from Spurs Villa yesterday. Crazy end-to-end match. Only 3 goals. It was the real shock. And it was actually, when you look at how the game was and how many chances there were at both ends, how was it only 3 goals in that game yesterday? It's mad.
Shame. But look at how many shots we had in the box compared to them as well.
Yeah.
We had so many good opportunities inside the area. Just didn't make the most of them. Really, really disappointing.
Up to Joe, 5. Tottenham are only 5th side in the Premier League history to lose 3 consecutive games despite going 1-0 up ahead in all 3. And the first since Leicester City in December 2014, whose 3rd game was also against Aston Villa.
So first team to lose 3 in a row, going 1-0 up. Great. Fantastic.
Spursy.
Very Spursy.
This was on Brian Hill's tweets yesterday, saying apparently this isn't a penalty.
So Brian Hill definitely thought it was a penalty, didn't he?
But he would do, wouldn't he?
Yeah, definitely, of course.
This was a great moment yesterday. Jacko, top 5 moments before disaster when Matty Cash did that challenge on Bentancur yesterday. Romero just stood up and gave him the death stare, and that's it. Matty Cash has done it at Villa Park next year.
You can see the player liaison as well. He's not happy.
They're all gunning for Matty Cash.
They're all staring.
And this isn't the first time Matty Cash has done this to one of our players as well. Cast your mind back to 2 years ago when he did the Matt Doherty. So, Matty Cash, we've got a meeting with you at Villa Park in next year.
You bet. You bet.
Carly T saying, me on my way to find Matty Cash. Dyer doing his way up the stands.
Brilliant.
Ethan saying, Villa Park, we will be there, with Romero doing the death stare. Another one from Carly T saying, Romero won't forget. He most definitely won't. Romero, when he sees Cash next year, look at that full-blooded challenge on Richarlison when Spurs played Everton.
100%.
Matty Cash is definitely getting that in the opening few minutes in the Villa Park game.
100%.
If I'm Unai Emery, I'm doing the smart thing and not playing Matty Cash.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
Squawker saying Tottenham are the first team in Premier League history to go unbeaten in the first 10 games of the season and lose their next 3 games.
I mean, it's quite a specific stat, but but there you go.
Jacko saying the Kulusevski experiment as a number 10 worked very well for me. Unlucky not to score in the first half. He pressed very well and his link-up play was excellent. He has so much more potential in that position than as a winger. I would love to see him there again. And I completely agree. I do think he's actually more tailor-made to that role than he is out wide. Yeah,
I think maybe, having that upper body strength that he has, and also we know that he's not slow, but he doesn't have blistering pace. So maybe having that in the centre, definitely on Sunday, that definitely showed me he can definitely play that role very, very well.
I kind of feel like he's more suited to it, for the same reasons like Bernardo Silva's more suited to playing in the middle as to out wide. I feel like that ball retention, that ball, the way he progresses the ball is just so good. It's just so hard to get the ball off him, and when he's in the middle there, it just causes carnage.
And he's got a bit more opportunity to show his quality as well.
Yeah, I feel like is sometimes a little bit wasted out on that right hand side. Albeit, I do think he needs to play there for the foreseeable future whilst we got these injuries. Poseidon's ITK says, "Would you accept relegation if Cash breaks both kneecaps?" Would you?
Yeah, let's get relegated. Let's do it.
Kuti Romero says, today's game made me more sure that he needs to be the man for the next 5 years. Ridiculous how good we play, all things considered.
Yeah, I couldn't
big
agree.
Ange.
I know, that's what I was saying. Yesterday, even though we lost, and obviously it's 3 losses in the row, but I haven't been more sure than yesterday that this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and it's just as every game progresses, I know the Wolves game was terrible, but actually the Wolves game, in a strange way, helped us a bit more, because usually in previous managements that we have, you have that Wolves game and Conte would play the same 11 probably the next game, just he'll believe in the team that he picked in that game is the right way to go. Where Ange, he learns from his mistakes and makes us better, and that's what we saw this weekend.
100%.
Brian Hill on Instagram from the Spurs Express saying, it wasn't the result we wanted, but this doesn't stop. Let's keep working. Hard work sooner or later brings the reward. Amazing support from the fans today. Come on, you Spurs. And there you see Ange rubbing off on him already, saying this doesn't stop.
We don't stop. Come on, Brian.
Premier League panel says that for Spurs, think that Brennan on the right wing, Hill on the left wing, Kulusevski right centre mid, dynamic looked good. Villa struggled to cope with the overloads Brennan and Kulu generated. This is worth persisting with whilst Maddison is injured. They lost a threat when Hill went off and Kulusevski returned to right wing with Brennan on the left wing. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with that, but I feel like maybe we should just revert away from that just for one game against Man City, because I do feel like Brian Hill will just get completely dominated against Kyle Walker.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree with that as well. What I would say is I don't know if we lost threat because of the change of position or because it was just late in the game. I think the players were very tired. You could see they put in a lot of effort, and I saw Lo Celso was getting tired as well. But I definitely agree with what he was saying before. That dynamic looks really, really strong, and especially while we're losing that creativity, Maddison making up with Kulu and Lo Celso both there, definitely makes up for that.
James Harris says with a quote saying, "Dad, tell me about Rodrigo Bentancur's 30-minute comeback." And it's just Vince McMahon.
I don't want to talk. It's too painful to talk about. I mean, it was so good, and now he's got injured again. I can't. It breaks my heart.
Yeah, it really
breaks
does.
my heart. Brings a tear to my eye.
Emerson on Instagram yesterday saying, "Not the result we wanted, but we will continue doing everything." Yeah. Jay says, no chance, the pressure is on Ange. This is horrendous. It's on our own shite ownership for not getting him the centre-backs he asked for in August. And that's absolutely spot on, isn't it? Because we knew it, Ange knew it, everyone knew it, that if we don't buy centre-backs in the summer window, we are going to pay the consequences, and that's what we're doing right now.
And literally, you can literally directly link it. You can see what happened on the pitch. Even like midfielders, we had good enough cover, but we literally just, we had no recognised centre-back. We had nothing. And even if we had like Lloyd Kelly there, we might have won the game. You know what I mean? Just one centre-back there who could play Ange the way he wants to. We might have won.
Just an actual centre-back. That's not Eric Dyer.
Who can run. Yeah, that's it. And and they knew it because they tried at the end of the window, didn't they, to get someone in. They couldn't do it. So it's not a secret. It's not like a surprise that we needed a centre-back. So they only have themselves to blame.
Is this actual Giovanni Lo Celso's account? I don't think it is.
It's got 270,000.
Maybe it is, but there's no tick or anything. But anyway, he says, not the result we wanted, but we keep fighting. Thanks to our fans for the support. And it was great to see him on the score sheet. And it was what his performance deserves, really.
Yeah, and I think it was really great to see him play as well as he did. And hopefully he starts getting some of the fans who are against him back on side now, and they will start supporting him, because if he puts in performances like that, he's going to be a massive help to us.
Yeah. Harry Brooks saying, "I'm absolutely certain that Ange Postecoglou is going to produce the best and most successful Spurs team in my lifetime. I like to think I'm mature enough to understand that these things take time, especially when you've had so much go against you. Spurs have to let him succeed." And I think we will let him succeed. And I think the fans, like usually after 3 defeats in a row, will start getting on a manager's back, but not this time.
Yeah, definitely not. I think it's the most positive a lot of Spurs fans have been after a defeat, and even against Chelsea we lost 4-1. A lot of Spurs fans are positive, so I think that we're ready to give this manager time. But yeah, he needs backing, and if he doesn't get the backing, we've seen with our own eyes what we're capable of with a full team full of what Ange can, how Ange wants to play. So all he needs is backing. We know that.
And 4-1 loss against Chelsea at home against one of our biggest rivals. Team gets clapped off the pitch. 2-1 loss at home to Villa, a third loss in a row. Team gets clapped off the pitch. That just shows you what Ange is bringing to this football club. Spurs OTM saying, if Matty Cash was Christian Romero, he would have been sent off already. And I agree with that. I really do. I'm telling you, if Romero put that challenge in and the player goes down injured, Romero's probably getting sent off. Spurs Army saying, a very frustrating watch. Some promising things from the game. Lo Celso is great today. Son scores 3, but all offside. Countless chances wasted. Lapses in concentration when defending cost us again. And that's 3 losses on the bounce with City away up next. It don't get easier.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But we can lose that game, and I'm still confident that we can have a good season. Honestly, It's a long season. A lot of teams can't having European football. So, but I think we can give them a game. I really don't think we're going to go there and just lose 5-0. I don't. I think we're going to give them a game. I don't think we're going to win, or probably I don't even think we're going to draw. But I think we're going to go there and play our football, and I reckon we can create chances.
If Chelsea can get a point off City, why can't we?
Exactly.
Spurs OTM with a heartbreak emoji with Bentancur coming off the pitch yesterday.
Yeah.
That was, the whole stadium was heartbroken in that moment of the game. It was so unfortunate. Premier League panel saying Bentancur's performance before he got injured was superb. Hybrid, box-to-box, deep line playmaker, can hurt you with the deep carries and also creative passing. He's consistently infiltrated Villa's high line. They need him to be fit because he's the most expansive passer in the Spurs squad.
Ooh.
And I'd even go as far to say that he's the best midfielder we have at this football club.
Most expansive passer in the squad? More expansive than Maddison? I guess. What do you mean by expansive? What does expansive mean? Is that a wide? Is that the biggest range of passing? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's true. But
can Maddison do that passing from really deep, as well as Bentancur can do it?
I mean, yeah, no, can't he?
I think he can, but maybe not as to the level that Bentancur can do. I love that pass that Bentancur has when he's just so deep and just whips it in through the middle.
I think Maddison could do it. I don't know. I think it's quite close if you're talking about just passing between him and Bentancur. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
ONTHFC saying games Emerson has started versus games Emerson was benched. So 2-2, Emerson started against Brentford. Then every game we've won this season, Emerson didn't start.
Basically, Emerson hasn't won a game so far this season.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Some anti-Emerson prop there. Sorry, Barry, but there you go. Look, I don't hate Emerson. It's just these are the facts. These are facts. This isn't
literally every game that we've dropped points in this season. Emerson has played over 60 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it's down to him, but that's just a fact.
But the reality is, he's not good enough on the ball for an Ange system. That's just the reality.
Correct. That is true. That's also a fact. But I don't know if the two are linked.
Very well could be. Charlie Paris says, Bentancur injury changed the game, in my opinion. He was running the football match, just a beautifully elegant, smart, decisive player who seems built to play the 6 role under Ange. It's not too serious because the ability to spray passes from deep in behind gives us that extra threat. And this is what I've been saying for so long. Bentancur is so good in that 6 role, especially in an Ange Postecoglou system. I've been saying it for so long, and I've had arguments with people about it, and I think it's coming to fruition now, in my opinion.
Yeah, no reason why he can't play that 6 role. And look, he's brilliant in that 6 role yesterday. I think he can do probably any role you ask him to, but he looked just so good in that role yesterday.
He's so silky, man. He's so silky, and he marries it with that bite in midfield that he has as well.
It's like we only got half an hour. It's like a drug. I need another hit. You know what I mean? You only got a small hit. You need a bigger one.
And I need some Bentancur. Talking THFC, Matt Cash continuing to be an absolute scumbag year after year. What a surprise. And that's the picture of him doing Matt Doherty in a couple of years ago. Fast forward 2 years, and he's doing in Rodrigo Bentancur as well. So what a bastard. Spurs OTM, Pedro Porro's first half by numbers, 85 pass accuracy, 40 touches, 23 out of 27 passes completed, 3 out of 5 long balls completed, 2 out of 2 aerial duels won, 2 ball recoveries, 2 key passes, 1 big chance created, and 1 assist from Statman Dave. So unbelievable display from Pedro Porro yesterday.
Brilliant.
And there's Paul O'Keefe saying, seen enough to suggest Spurs will be fine long term under Ange. Despite an injury-ravaged squad, it's only some poor finishing and getting a bit of luck that they don't win today quite comfortably. The obvious flaw was always going to be squad depth and being able to keep our first 11 fit, and it's what we've been saying all stream.
But it's no, that is true. But I don't. It's not even our first 11. It's just the centre backs. I think everyone else is great.
Yeah,
and I think now I'm looking at that and thinking, when everyone's back, it's good. You know, if they can keep up that level of performance, Andrew's going to have a lot of selection headaches on the cards.
Yeah. And this was the challenge by Matty Cash on Rodrigo Bentancur. I just don't want to watch that again. Let's just move on.
Dirty bastard.
Guarav, the analyst, says former Spurs set peak coach Gianni. Is this old?
Yeah.
All right, fine. So, yeah, that is the way we did react to the game yesterday on Twitter.